My story is to do with coming in from what was the Hydro, which is now Sean Oaks, one night, fairly late, but like this kind of midsummer, even maybe a little bit later, beautiful, calm summer's night, bright I'd say, so I was probably coming home at 3 or half 3, and the family home is just over there in the field, or just beside the field, and I heard this noise. Now I was letting out our dog, and I heard this noise going on, and it was the greatest ta-ra, as they say. It was banging at gates is what I thought it was, but it was clashes, like metal on metal, and I thought it was a farmhouse that is across the valley, on the far side of the valley, that they were obviously doing something. They were either calving or there was something going on, right? So the next morning I said it to my parents, and they said, oh well, that was the battle, and I was like, nah, yous are telling me stories. But I said it to the chap that lives in the farm, and he said, no, there was nothing going on in our house last night. You all right? I was like, yeah. So I'd really thought nothing of it. I kind of shook it off. I was quite young at the time, but I heard it again, I'd say in my early 20s, again coming in quite late one night, but this time I was sober, and I heard this noise again in the summertime. I heard this noise going on, and I stood and listened to it, and it literally made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up that time. It really sounded clear to me, and it definitely sounded like there was some kind of an argy-bargy going on. Nothing specific, all very kind of just sounds and noises, but when you listen to them again, metal on metal, I couldn't hear, like, I thought I could hear the sound of men shouting, but when I listened, it wasn't actually men shouting, but it was that kind of a noise. And again, when I said it to my parents the next morning, they said, you've heard the battle again, and I'm like, what? And they explained to me that this battle has been heard along this kind of a valley for years, and the people who lived down the end of this lane, Redmonds, they would have heard it. I've heard consequently that there was a lady, a spinster lady who lived on this lane, and if she had to go away anywhere that would involve her coming back at night, she wouldn't actually walk the lane at night. She'd stay in neighbours' houses, and she'd stay in different neighbours' houses different times, and she'd forewarn them of the fact. But I don't know where the battle comes from, how old the battle is it Cromwellian, where it goes back to, but it would have been heard here. I'm not the first one to hear it, and I hope I'm not going to be the last.